I do have a new so we can get it back up on the Nielsen's rating. So I have a couple of in our season 4 premiere of Lower Decks, Twovix, we get this great homage to Voyager. And much in Lower Deck style, we get some great challenges that originally were problematic and now are wild and ridiculous, and only our Cerritos crew can help contain the problem. This is my standout scenes and review for Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 1, Twovix. This episode was a great reintroduction to our crew, to our ship, to the people who give us great laughter in animated form. We get to see a little sneak peek of them again in Strange New Worlds, and they even refer to that moment just briefly. And the episode itself was filled of interesting problems for our crew to solve. So let's check out which problems and which moments were the most interesting and best and made this show really great and worth watching. The first standout scene for this episode is going to be Voyager's reveal. It was done so well. You get to see it lit up, and quite frankly, it reminded me of the Enterprise G reveal at the end of Picard. It had that wonderful, uplifting moment where you see an old friend, and to see Voyager there looking pristine and getting ready to go be the museum we'd heard about, it was just a wonderful thing to behold.
Voyager's in a museum. Voyager is a museum.
My second standout scene is going to be T'Illip's plan for survival. Once T'Illip finds out that the way that Voyager solved its Twovix problem was basically the anomaly, he decides that he's going to create and recruit hybrids to help him, her, them fight for their survival. And watching them create new characters that were sort of our captain and sort of our security officer, it was fun to see the mashups. My third standout scene was almost everyone, getting a promotion. From T'Lyn, of course, was included, and we got Tendi, Boimler, and Mariner all getting their lieutenant junior grade status. Rutherford, of course, being left out was disappointing, but the presentation was really fantastic. And my fourth standout scene was the reveal of the attack of the throwbacks or Easter eggs, whatever you want to call them. But it was so funny to see that they were not just the old problem, but like double down. And at least one of them wasn't even on the Voyager holodeck. So I'm not sure how they get away with that clown. But him multiplied, Mike being there, everything was really crazy. And if Chaotica wasn't interesting before, I'm going to give props to the art department because he still looked grainy and very, very analog. And we've reached that halfway point. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe below. You can always join as a Patreon or a member of this channel to get a little extra content, sometimes behind the scenes updates. And if you're a patron, you'll get these videos with no ads on the Patreon side. Of course, if you'd just like to do one little thank you, I always accept super thanks below. And now it's back to the video. When it comes to the honorable mentions, it's really tough to choose with so many great Easter eggs, but I do often like to include a character, and for this one, I'm going to include T'Lyn. More specifically, the pairing of Tendi and T'Lyn, playing off each other, the exuberant Tendi and the very straight-laced T'Lyn. It was a fun pairing, and it was interesting to see them sort of grow together, especially when T'Lyn experienced that Tendi wanted to help her, even if she didn't quite agree with the ethics of the situation. Of course, having a giant, weird hybrid of so many, that helped change your mind. My second honorable mention is that Borg macrovirus. It was so fun. The sucker was quick and problematic and quickly starting assimilating Voyager. My third honorable mention is going to be Mariner trying to refuse her promotion. It was a cute literal back and forth between her and Ransom as she tried to give back that second pip. It was funny, it was entertaining, and though both of them are quite stubborn, it looks like Mariner will have to be a lieutenant junior grade, whether she likes it or not. My fourth honorable mention are the lower deck Klingons. It was really nice to see them for a moment. It's really fun to see the lower decks on other ships, and it was a sad ending for them, but a nice opportunity to check it out. Now we've got this new ominous threat chasing down we don't know who, but is destroying seemingly everything in its wake. The poor Klingons from that ship's lower decks did not make it, obviously, but it was cool to kind of see the Klingons in lower decks for just a moment. And probably the neatest little tidbit out of all of this really was Boimler becoming part of Voyager history. It wasn't the moment that made this show great, but it was a cool moment, I think, in his life because he's the biggest fanboy ever when it comes to Voyager's history, and now he is part of Voyager's history. This was a really fun way to start the season. And if you thought so too and just want to come talk about it, I do have a new Discord server. The link is down below. I do have a couple of Trek rooms set aside, so chatting about the episode is no problem. One of them will be made simply for spoilers, so feel free to say whatever you like. Don't worry about spoiling it for people. And if you come in there and are spoiled, yeah, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be spoilers there. It's on you. Don't forget this week to watch Picard Season 3. And if I don't get this up until Friday, guess what? The week isn't over yet, and you've got a weekend. So spend your time watching some Picard Season 3 so we can get it back up on the Nielsen's ratings. So Paramount will take notice once again, and hopefully Legacies will be at the forefront of their mind when the strike ends. Thanks for joining me on this Standout Scenes and review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit one of those buttons below. Any one of them is fine. I don't care. I just want your opinion. And always feel free to comment. And if you want more Star Trek content, please check out some of my other videos. And until next time, I will see you there.